Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. Markets are absolutely rocketing yet again today. You'll love to see it. And I want to share with you perspective from a few different on-chain analytics firms, including one that says that today XRP is undervalued. But before going further ado, to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby. And just for fun. So here you have XRP at 41 cents, Bitcoin at $22,668, market cap for the asset class over $1 trillion. Again, another thing where it's just like, yeah, you'd love to see it. Bitcoin dominance at 41.53%. And here's a 24-hour chart for XRP. It's looking quite glorious. Similar story for Bitcoin. Up over the last 24 hours, 7.49%. But you know what's outperforming all the rest in the top 100? Another coin that is one of my larger holdings, and I know it just happens to have a very popular following with those in the XRP community, so I thought it'd be worth a mention here, but it's HBAR. Look at this from just a couple hours or so ago. This is from chart analyst Credible Crypto, wrote the following. HBAR, currently the top gainer of the top 100 coins on CoinMarketCap, outperforming the other 99 coins on the list over the last 7 days and last 24 hours. How about them bad tokenomics? Yeah, and this is actually a fair critique. I just don't care about it. People talk about the tokenomics and too much supply, it will be entering circulations and that. And again, totally fair to bring up. Just like it's totally fair to bring up that, Ripple's holdings. I don't care. It's fine. But I don't care about it in either instance. I truly don't, because my part of my investment thesis is that we're so super early, barely anyone on the planet is in crypto. So when the masses really come in and over half the humans on the planet hold crypto, it's not going to matter. What I'm saying is the demand side of things it's more important. Well, they're more important. Demand side is more important than the supply side as it pertains to both XRP and HBAR. That's my opinion here. And so here is this is the 24-hour chart for HBAR. Look at this. So it's up 18% in the last 24 hours, up 43% in the last 7 days, and up almost 70% in the last 30 days. And I actually kind of struck me before I was recording this video. I was like, you know what? I might be in profit in HBAR. I've been down substantially, and I was buying it by the boatload after the FTX collapse. Got down to actually got down to about 3.7 cents. I didn't snag it that low. The lowest I think I ever purchased it was 4.4 cents, but I just backed up the truck. And I was like, well, I'm down massively in my HBAR holdings, and I just don't give a damn. And here we are. And I'm not sure what my break-even point is, but it might be somewhere in the 7 to 8 cents range. I'm going to have to calculate that. But I just massively increased my holdings from May through November of last year to the point where my total holdings are up over 100%. And before I increased them, I was already satisfied with my bag. So when we hit a new all-time high, which I think is inevitable, its all-time high for HBAR was 56 cents. I'll just say this: I have situated myself appropriately. So if I'm right, and I could be wrong, but if I'm right, and we hit a new all-time high for XRP, we hit a new all-time high for HBAR and some other coins, that's at the point where personally that's life-changing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I will be happy to patiently wait. And if I'm wrong, it's not life-changing. That's the reason that for me, it's such an easy decision to hold XRP and get in. Because even if I'm wrong about XRP, yeah, it sucks to lose that much money because I did put some real money into it. That won't be life-changing. It's not going to impact whether or not I can retire. And on the flip side, though, so that wouldn't be life-changing. On the flip side, if I'm right in terms of where I suspect this may go as adoption of crypto increases, that is life-changing. So for me, that was the calculus, effectively. And that's why, at some point when was it? It may have been 2020. I think it was. Yeah, it was in the later half of 2020. I kind of had that epiphany. And that's when I was like, I don't think my crypto holdings are nearly large enough. Now, mind you, I'd been dollar cost averaging into XRP for some time. But it just kind of hit me. I was like, what am I afraid of? I firmly believe what I'm saying here. I firmly believe this. I think that the asset class can be way bigger. I do believe XRP is going at some unknown point in the future going to hit a new all-time high. And so I just what am I doing here? And at that point, because I just did that, just ran that calculus in my head, it's like, if I lose this massive amount of money, is it life-changing? No. But if I'm right and it goes way, way, way higher, is that life-changing to the positive? And the answer was yes. So for me, it was just an easy decision after I started thinking about it like that personally. And so here's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, 51 out of 100. Not looking too shabby. Now take a look at this from on-chain analytics firm Sentiment. They wrote, according to the MVRV score, which identifies overvalued and undervalued assets based on short and long-term returns, top caps are in the following categories. Overvalued would be a Binance coin, but undervalued would be the list that's on your screen. I don't feel the need to read them all, but XRP is right in there. And so even if you set aside the fact that I don't think the world sufficiently values the usefulness of XRP, but even setting that aside, just in terms of this particular metric, on-chain analytics firm Sentiment thinks that there's a lot of room to grow to the upside, obviously. And then there is also this from the Daily Hodl. Is Bitcoin bottom in? Here's what the long-term behavior of Bitcoin holders suggests, says crypto analytics firm. A leading analytics firm says that the one key metric indicates Bitcoin has formed a bottom, setting the stage for a rally. According to blockchain analytics firm Into the Block, a large increase in the number of addresses holding the King crypto for more than a year has occurred during previous bottom formations prior to a big surge. Into the Block says a similar huge increase in the long-term Bitcoin holders occurred in 2022. Quote, some metrics suggest the bottom may be in. In 2022, we saw the amount of Bitcoin owned by by addresses holding for over 1 year increase by 50% from 10 million Bitcoin to 15 million Bitcoin. The same pattern has been observed in previous bear markets, end quote. Well, folks, again, there's no one metric to look and be like, yes, obviously we know it will now happen, but don't y'all think that's important? Seeing how the humans behave, because they do tend to display the same behavior over and over and over again, which is why I would say markets, although they don't, it's not like history literally repeats, but marks kind of rhyme with themselves. I certainly believe that. And then there was also this from You Today. Bitcoin price might go parabolic if this assumption proves true. And they go on to cite the following. There are different factors that define Bitcoin's price growth, and while many of these could be fundamental, there are some unique on-chain indicators that can bolster assumptions with respect to how the premier cryptocurrency might approach an additional influx of funds from both retail and corporate buyers across the board. According to data from crypto analytics platform Glassnode, the number of Bitcoin addresses in loss, based on data from the 7-day moving average, has reached an 8-month low of, I'll just use a round number here, 14.5 million. So, and then they write, what this means is that more Bitcoin addresses are beginning to see profitability in their holdings as the current price is above their average entry price over the defined monthly period. In this situation, there's a tendency that these investors or buyers can find a good entry when Bitcoin's price records a mild correction. And they write, should this assumption hold true, it can spell the start of a sustainable new run for Bitcoin. And so it's increasingly becoming accepted that this is the beginning of a new wave to the upside. A lot of people still in disbelief here. Not that I'm 100% sold one way or the other. We'll see what happens. I still worry about the FTX contagion spreading further, but I admit I could be wrong about that. I mean, we did see yesterday that Genesis filed for bankruptcy. And one of the things that I was speculating on a couple days ago, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, is that it's possible, and I didn't pretend to know, but I acknowledge that it's possible, since this discussion had been going on since November, that the fear from that was already priced in. And it looks like the answer is firmly yes at this point, because, and I didn't pretend to know, like I didn't know for sure that was the case. I was just theorizing that that could be the case. And it was, because the news dropped and people were like, yeah, okay, whatever. Obviously, we're aware of Genesis. But I still do worry, like, as this ripples further throughout, what about all of the ripple effects that are not anticipated by the market? Is that going to shake people out? And my suspicion to this point, it admittedly has been yes, but I admit I could be wrong on that. I don't know for sure, but I think it's a pretty reasonable suspicion, even if I am wrong, because, well, hell, look at 2022. The contagion was real after the Luna collapse, and you saw it happen with 3 Arrows and Voyager, so on and so forth. So if that's not going to happen this time, okay, I guess, but that does seem weird to me, if not. So, but who knows? I mean, the sellers truly are exhausted, okay, and it was a bear market type of year anyway. Not so great for equities either. So we'll see. we'll see. But man, what a time to be in crypto. It is exciting to be in crypto. I can't wait to see what the hell happens with all of this. But the opportunity, it's just like, it makes my brain explode. Like, honestly, even just looking at like a couple of my larger holdings like XRP and HBAR, even just getting a little above those two all-time highs, it's just like, that's game changing for me personally. And I know a lot of you have sufficiently positioned yourself. So, you know, and look, this is not me telling you to buy or sell or hold. I don't care. It's not financial advice, but I think for a lot of you out there, you're probably just as excited as me in recognizing if this goes the way that we just in a general sense think it's going to go in terms of broader adoption and increased number of speculators jumping in, it's absolutely going to be life-changing. How could that not be exciting on a daily basis? That's a huge part, huge part of why I love running this channel every single day. It's just, it's so unreal. And most humans on the planet, although we all have this opportunity, most humans have no idea. They have no clue what we're even talking about. They're like, with stuff that we know and we're talking about in this channel and just in the XRP community and broader crypto community, people are just literally clueless, have no idea. There's never been an opportunity like this in the history of our species, and people are sleeping on it. But you're not. You're paying attention, so kudos to you. And of course, if we're wrong, we're just going to be really sad and we're going to lose a bunch of money. But again, for me personally, I've only invested what I'm willing to lose. So if that happens, yes, I'm going to be fine. I can still retire. It'll be just fine. But I don't think I'm wrong. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Family Sedan.